Now to add those CSS properties back into our document for those who have JavaScript enabled, let's come back to slidingpanels.js. Now at the very top of the document, inside of the document ready, the first thing we're going to do up here is reset the display type to the tabs. So let's target the tabs, $, parentheses, tick marks inside for a string literal. Inside of the string literal, .sp space .tabs. Outside of the parentheses, .css. Another set of parentheses, semicolon. Inside of the parentheses for CSS, 2 tick marks for a string literal. Display, comma, another string literal. Set that back to block. So that rule is going to make sure that the tabs are now visible again. Next, let's target those 2 other containers for the panels. So $, parentheses, tick marks for a string literal, .sp space .panel underscore container space .panel. Outside of the parentheses, .css, another set of parentheses, semicolon. Now we want to set multiple CSS properties inside of here. So inside, let's add beginning and ending bracket. First property is going to be position, 2 tick marks for a string literal. Set position, then a colon, another string literal, absolute. Second property, comma, 2 tick marks, height, colon, 400 pixels. Let's copy this entire statement, paste it on the next line. Inside of the string literal for the item we're searching for, let's change panel to panels, plural. We'll keep position absolute, but instead of height, we're going to change the height property to top, and the value is going to be 0 pixels. Then let's hit save. So now with these 3 lines, we're adding back in the display property for tabs, and we're adding the position absolute and the top and height settings for the panel and panels containers. So now to test this, let's come back to our browser. Let's hit reload, and we should get the exact user experience we had before we started adding in the progressive enhancement techniques. So I can still come in here and interact with all of my content. But as we saw in the last movie, if you have JavaScript turned off or disabled in your browser, you'll see all of the content stacked vertically instead. So at this point, we've completed adding the progressive enhancement techniques into this project. Next, we'll talk about where you might want to go from here, specifically around applying progressive enhancement techniques to other courses I have in the lynda.com online training library.